Chippy.
This story, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to do too much explanation on it because I don't want to give away too much about it. But this is something I'm planning in a way because before I actually start writing stuff, I kind of already have so much in my head before I actually start to type it out. So these are just some rough ideas, rough drafts of things that I thought about. And, if it's good, it's good. If it's not good, then, I'm going to cut it and whatnot. But this is called ScarLett. Well, at least I'm planning on naming it ScarLett. It might end up being something else. If it do, I might tell y'all what the name changed to or any whatnot. But it was named ScarLett. And this starts in a very crazy way because the main character, he kind of starts like he's drowning, and like he's surrounded on all sides, under him, above him, and to both sides. Everywhere he feel is a hard exterior, and he don't know what's going on. So he feel like he's drowning and dying, but he trying really really hard to live. So he start punching at the walls because that's it. That's all he know how to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, he was a normal person before this. He don't even know how he got here because there was no isekai machine, there was no truckun, there was none of that. He don't know how he died. How he died is kind of like not in his memories. He remember everything up until a week before he died, roughly, because he don't even know if he remembering anything right. Because it could be other memories, it could be his memories. He don't really know. So he punched through the exterior of this thing, and what I'm saying, the liquid start to leak out of it. He like used his hand to pry his way out. The exterior is really really hard, but and rigid, but it's not enough to cut his hands. Well, it would have been enough to cut his hands if he was a normal person, but he's not human. So he ripped through and he crawl out, and he's on this beach. It got a red sun in the sky, and I'm talking like actual red, not just saying over the horizon glowing red. Like, no, it's legitimately red. The clouds are red, and well, it's not fully red. It's like dark. It's like a amber type of color. You know what I'm saying? It's this endless ocean of black, just dark. You know what I'm saying? He looking around. You know what I'm saying? Because he can finally breathe and shit. And you looking around to realize that he ended up on a beach of just bones and black sand. He have no idea where he is. Yeah, he don't know any of it. He don't know anything. So he's just standing here looking around. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I here? What is this? What is even here? Where am I? This don't look like nothing. This don't look like Earth. Right? So after way longer than he would like to admit of just being dumbstruck, he finally realized, all right, I gotta get to it. I can't just stay here. You know what I'm saying? He get out, and as he about to start walking off, it's like an instinctual thing inside him that tell him to eat his shell. And you know what I'm saying? He's thinking about it. And he like, ew, no, that's nasty. Why the fuck? Like, I don't even know why I was born out of an egg anyway. But why the fuck would I eat it? That's cannibalistic, isn't it? Nah, I'm not doing that shit. But then, you know what I'm saying? He also started to think like, I mean, if I don't eat it, what would happen? Nothing bad, right? Like that like I wouldn't die, would I? And he was like, I mean, but if I don't eat that, what else would I eat? And I am really, really hungry right now. So he pick it up. You know what I'm saying? He's staring at it and shit. He's smelling it. And he's like, you know what I'm saying? He's just off put because as a human, we have real picky about what we decide to eat and what we don't decide to eat a lot of the times. And especially from modern era human, yeah, we extremely fucking picky to the point where we will do something and say that it's healthy for us that's not fucking healthy, like going vegan. I got nothing against vegan people. It's just don't try to paint that shit off as like a life saving remedy when we all know we was built to eat greens and meat, to have a balanced fucking herbivore diet. Stop telling me to just eat plants. I thought it was herbivore. Omnivore? It's one of those. I don't know. I'm tripping. But we was made to balance diets. All right. That's it. That's all I'm saying about that topic. So he eat it. He start eating it. And like after the first 2 bites, he like, this ain't even that bad. Right? So he's sitting there munching away. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really even thinking. He's just sitting on the beach. I ain't gonna lie, just sitting there naked as a baby, naked and afraid, eating shells. So after he finished eating it, you know what I'm saying? He get a sharp, I'm talking like pain in his heart and in his head. Kind of simultaneously at the same time. I'm pretty sure I'm using that right. Pretty sure. I don't know. I don't know a lot of things. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't slept in a long time. So I don't know. I don't even know who I am anymore. But that don't really matter. He get a sharp pain in his heart and in his head. And it don't really go away. It just starts to lessen over time. In the beginning, he really couldn't move because it hurt a lot. And he actually scratched his face because he tried to grab his fucking head, not realizing that he's not normal anymore. So this is his first time like confronting the fact that he's not normal. Because he looked down at his hands and his skin is red. He got these weird little like markings on him. It's like protrusions out of his skin, but not breaking the surface of his skin. And it's look like weird runic marks and symbols and swirls and shit like that. It looked like if somebody uplifted certain parts of his skin to make his skin have like scars that looks like tattoos. His claws, well, his nails, they claws now, but his nails are black, like just obsidian black, and they long, very sharp. He just figured that out by stabbing himself in the head. His hands are really, really small, smaller than he thought they would be. So he finally stands up and look down at his feet, and he got baby feet, he got baby hands, and he like, nah. This can't be. This what the was I reborn? So he scurried his way down to the water because he wanna try to catch a reflection of himself, but that was a really bad idea, saying that this is not normal and he's not in a normal place. So he looked and he starts staring into the empty darkness of this black water. And the more he stir into it, the more he feel like drowning himself. But see, he's smart enough because of his past knowledge to know, oh, this shit ain't good. I shouldn't be thinking about drowning myself while looking at water. So I got to get away from this. He ended up running, you know what I'm saying? He look off to the side and like probably like a mile and a half down the beach, he see another. Well, he don't actually know exactly what he looked like, but he's just assuming that it's what he is. And my freaking phone going off. But he looking down the beach at another person, creature, thing. He don't know. But it's ugly. Like really, really, really fucking ugly. Like some shit that your mind makes up for you to be scared of. And he's like, oh my god, that thing is fucking ugly. The arms are disproportionate. Is like the arms are longer than the legs, so the back is like hunched over, and it's like staring into the water. And then it start walking into the water, and like it takes 2 steps into the water, and then the water like wraps around it, like a living sentient thing. It grabs it by the neck and yank it into the fucking water. You see the bubbles start sliding all the way out into as far as he can fucking see, and then the bubbles stop. And he like, oh yeah, stay the fuck away from the waters. So he run back to where he started. Now he know he not alone. There's other things here, and that could pose problems. But as a person who don't know anything, he trying to rely on as much human knowledge as he remember. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't really working out for him. So he start walking around. He start traveling through this other part of the island, which is more rocks than anything, because it goes up to what he think is a mountain, but it's not. It's a volcano. I'm telling y'all know that right now, but he don't know. In character right now, he don't know. He have no fucking clue. So he start traveling there, kind of instinctually again. It's like something in him is guiding him, but he don't know what the fuck it is. But I haven't really led him wrong. After he ate his shell, he wasn't really hungry no more. So how he see it, this is some survival instinct shit that's just more prevalent. So he's just going with it. So as he climbing up, and you know what I'm saying, he getting closer to this mountain that he perceived as a mountain. He started realizing that it's more of these creatures, and they like all different shapes and sizes. Some of them are just they don't even look like they formed right, because they got like they elbows are like broken, and like piece of the bone is shoving out of the back part of their elbow, and they still moving though. So he don't know, like he only can judge from his human perception, and human perception say that's not fucking normal. But you know what I'm saying, he looked at all these things, and like some of them are ahead of him, some of them behind him, but it ain't really none in the area where he's at. He can just see them all around him. And whenever they come in contact with each other, they start fighting immediately. There's no words, there's no discussion. They just start fighting. They kill each other, eat each other, and they just move on from there. And you know what I'm saying? It's bad. I ain't gonna lie. It's bad. Especially as a human not knowing what the fuck is going on. Yeah, it's really bad. And all he care about right now is surviving. So you know, the whole thing that people say, you know what I'm saying, only cowards do. Yeah, he do that, and he just turn a blind eye and pretty much run from the situation. He avoid anything and everything that looked like it could try to kill him or going to kill him, and he just keep climbing the volcano. You know what I'm saying? He get to a certain point where, you know what I'm saying, it's a decent sized hole. Big enough for him to fit in. And he don't really want to get into it because it's kind of cramped. It's like it's not fully big enough for him to get in. It's like the type of shit that us humans do when we go cave diving and shit, and they start sliding like between two rocks, and they like let their body get pressed down, and is really claustrophobic. And I don't understand why people do that shit for fun, but that's how it looks. Like he can start getting in, but once he start getting in, he's gonna have to struggle and crawl and claw his way through it. So he don't want to do that. He want to look for another one, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he don't really have a choice because it's some niggas on his ass. So he crawl in there because if he don't, then he got to fight whoever that is coming up behind him. So as he start crawling through, you know what I'm saying, he crawl in, and as he get like halfway through, the the entrance of it closes. And how it closes is, there was a very distinct thing that kept happening that he wasn't aware of. It first happened when he was drowning inside his egg, but he didn't really focus on it because he was drowning, and it was a quake and shake. Then the second time it happened, it's kind of on the beach, but he was distracted by watching, the other creature get, choked up and dragged out to sea and drowned. So this is about the third time it happened, and yeah, it was the shaking of the volcano. It was shaking because it was about to erupt, but he didn't know. So if he didn't do what he just did, he most likely would be dead. And when I say most likely, he would have been dead. So out of game shit, little plot device. But come on, man. Y'all can't blame me. Like he the main character. Come on, man. But he get in. You know what I'm saying? And he could either stay where he's at and die right there, or he can just keep struggling and climbing through and getting to the lower and lower levels, which is what he do. He started going lower and lower. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, he pop out into this small cave, and it's a bunch of other, well, not a bunch. It's like two other small size ones like he is because they all come in different shapes and sizes. So they see each other, they start fighting. You know what I'm saying? They clawing at each other and shit, killing each other, screaming. He can't understand them. He if they was saying something, he wouldn't understand them. Well, at least he thinks he wouldn't understand them because he just hearing a bunch of hissing and growling and yelling. So one kill the other one. You know what I'm saying? It get really badly injured, and then it sees him, and then it charges at him instead of eating the other one. And you know, at this point, with his back against the wall, he can either fight or get killed. So you know what I'm saying? He pick up a rock and he chuck it at him, and he hit it in the head. You know what I'm saying? It stumbles. He grab it. You know what I'm saying? He put it in a chokehold. He choking it. You know what I'm saying? It breaks his own arm. So his arm turned backwards, like ostrich legs. You know how their knees are in reverse? So it breaks his own arm, and his arm turned backwards, and it starts stabbing him in his sides. So he starts screaming because that fucking hurts. And then, he rips his throat out. But at the same time, he don't feel that good about it. He don't feel that good that he had to take a life because he's still human in the head. So he kill it, and he feels terrible, and he feel worse about it because after he killed it, he started drooling. Like he got hungry, and he fighting against nature at this point because having a human brain don't always help you in every situation when your body is your body and it tells you to do something completely different from what you're thinking. So he tried to fight off against it, and he hold off for like 20 minutes, but then he start eating him, and then he walk up, he eat the other body, you know what I'm saying, and now he feels stronger. You know what I'm saying? He feel like something within him have gotten satisfied, and he just sit there with his back against the wall, and he's just fucked, right? I ain't gonna lie. Like he calling himself a monster, all types of shit, and he's not really wrong. So he's there, and he just defeated. And as he sit there, he heard this weird high pitch ping sound, and he started looking around because he's like, "What the fuck is that?" And then a screen pops in front of his eyes, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a system, but it's like empty in a way, or it's broken. He don't really know because there's not much there. There's no real description or anything. And as a person who comes from another world and you have read mangas and a bunch of other shit, he's well aware of what a system is. It's really nothing there. Right? So he just sitting looking at this empty red screen, and he get mad because he's like, what the fuck? So like I got something and I didn't even get it. What the fuck did I just do all this shit for? And then, he start to think, he like, fuck, do I have to kill more things for this to get better or to work? And he's like, what type of, I've never seen some shit like that. This is broke. This is like, the fuck is this? So he sit there, he start scratching his head and shit because his head itch, and that's because what I'm saying, his hair is growing in, and it's growing in really, really, really fast, like very alarmingly fast. So it's making his fucking scalp itch, and he's just sitting there, and like it ain't like he got any description of what he can do. It didn't tell him nothing. So like he got nothing to work with. So at this point, it's like if he didn't even have it. So he's scratching his head. He looking at it. He looking at him some more. And like 20 minutes pass. And like he start like grabbing at it on the side of it. He realized he can make it bigger and smaller by using his hands to like stretch it or compress it. So he sees that. And then, you know what I'm saying? He finally like, all right, I guess somebody will touch it. Like, so he touch it, you know what I'm saying, with his nail. Nothing happens. It feels solid to him though. So it feels like it's something that's actually there, even though he knows nothing should technically be there. And then he eventually pick up the rock, and then he put the rock on it, and then the rock disappears, and then it pops up on the screen, and he feel really, really, really fucking retarded because it's an inventory. It's an inventory. He never even thought that it could be just the inventory part. So, he just sit there, kind of face palm because that was really stupid. He wasted so much time on this situation, and he played games. That's the thing. He's very well knowledge of most things, games, mangas, anime, comics. he know a decent bit about most things. So for him to not think that was really stupid. So he see that it's an inventory, and he's like, "Oh, it's an inventory." But he say inventory, it closed. And he's like, "Oh, it is it." Then he started leaving because he spent a lot of time on that. So he eventually start crawling down. He get into lower and lower levels, and like every level he drops, it's like the cave area get bigger, and like he might run into more dangerous things. And then it get to a point where he start going so far, and like he get directionally like challenged, because it felt like he was going down, but like after like an hour, 2 hours, it started feeling like he was climbing up. And like he don't know when his body made the change, but it happened naturally. But his mind is what picks up on it. And he was like, "No, this don't make no sense. I was going down. Why am I going up now?" So he just keep going, but he also is thinking like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, how can I go from going downwards to going up and not noticing? Like, it ain't like I got turned around or anything. I'm not that stupid, am I?" He's like, "No, when I was in school and stuff, like, I was like, I wasn't an overachiever, or anything, but like I was dead last in my class either. Like, am I stupid?" I don't really have time to think about this type of stuff. So he keep going. He climb up. He finally get out, and you know what I'm saying. He take a breath. It's nighttime. You know what I'm saying. He take a breath, and it like kind of really, it like a cooling sensation to his lungs and heart and blood. Everything. It's just the earth just tastes better here, wherever the hell he is. So then he look up. You see the moon, but you know what I'm saying, it ain't like a red sky or some crazy shit. But it is three of them, which is off putting because everything he know about gravity and shit, most they should have clashed into each other already, and like some bad shit should have happened. You know what I'm saying, like it just really bad shit should have already happened for there to be three moons. So he's already thinking, yeah, whatever the fuck is going on, this is some stupid ass fantasy world that don't apply to the normal laws of physics and gravity. And I'm kind of over this shit already. Like, I got a broken system that only gave me an inventory. I don't know what the hell I am or who I am. And, I mean, he say he don't know who the hell he is or who he is, system prompts. What I'm saying? He's finally look at it, and like now it's a system that explains, what I'm saying, his name, his race. Well, his name is empty. Is nothing there. He don't have a name. But his race and his current level, his current like rank race wise is infant. His race, demon. And he's level 1. And yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He have a little rage moment. I ain't gonna lie. Like anybody would, because how would you feel if your system worked off word commands, but nobody gave you the fucking book or manual to know how to work it? You gotta figure that shit out on your own. That's fucking stupid. But yeah, anyway, you know what I'm saying? That's the end of this. I believe I called it ScarLett. Yeah, it's ScarLett. That's the end. That's chapter 1 of ScarLett. I ain't gonna lie. It's chapter 1.5. It's 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 a decent bit. But you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, share some of my stories with you guys and whatnot. But anyway, if you enjoy it, you know what I'm saying, make sure you like, you know what I'm saying, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. You know what I'm saying? You got you got free will, but at the same time, if you're not subscribed, are you really free? Because it's your choice to choose to subscribe. But if you're not subscribing, you kind of NPC. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.